I really wanted to have somebody that I could walk up to and talk to and say, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see a familiar face, or oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear a language that resonates with me, or to see a face that kind of looks like me or have my features. But I couldn't even have those conversations because those girls were like, whom's are you? Like, why are you here? Like, why are you wearing makeup to work when we are so tired? Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, my name is Elle Ramaila, and on this channel it's all about learning, growth and contribution. I've been having a little bit of introspection just to think about what my next video should have been about. And I think as a black girl in corporate, I felt like initially I did a video about what my thoughts are on corporate, and that did quite well. But I think that was more of a general conversation about how I perceived corporate to be like, right? But I think now if I actually think about what it means to be a black girl in corporate, it kind of introduces new themes, new concepts, and made me think about a few things that I thought could potentially encourage you if you are a black girl in corporate, and the things that I've witnessed. And I actually had a situation happen at work where for the first time, being in the position that I'm in, I'm able to witness myself or who I was when I was a junior coming up, and actually seeing how as black girls we are still in pursuit of discovering our voice, or actually embracing our voice in corporate. And I think it's very difficult sometimes when you are in a position where you see this, but you don't know how to encourage someone. So I hope this video is able to encourage you, whether you are stepping into the first time in a corporate space, or even in an unusual, unfamiliar space in which you had like a certain connotation of what it was going to be like, right? So I know in corporate there's like a lot of hierarchies that are in place. There's a lot of things that are happening all at once, but I feel like it's important to establish yourself. And even though you might not be there yet, it is important to know that the journey is still ongoing. It's going to continue ongoing. It doesn't mean that because I'm on this side of the video telling you that, you know what, for me, I come from a family that is very forthcoming and encourages me to actually pursue my dreams and my passions. So I think on that end, I'm in a much better position to tell you that it's very important to discover and establish yourself when you do step into a corporate space, using your voice in a way that is going to build and not destroy. I know when I was in first year, I thought like, the black girls are winning, guys. There's going to be like a sisterhood. There's going to be like this thing bringing us together. And to my shock, guys, yo, black girls, we don't like each other. We don't love each other. We are like competitive. We are like sizing each other up. We are not even giving each other tools to flourish. For some odd reason, we are threatened by each other. And I think it's also a lack of understanding or a level of ignorance that comes with thinking that if you equip somebody else, they're going to like pass you along the way. And now that I've had time to reflect and think about what do I want to be for the next black girl that's coming into corporate, I had to really look at myself and like literally ask myself certain questions about my abundance and my pursuit of abundance, and that not hindering the next person's abundance. Like I should feel like there's enough space for me and for the next person coming in, for both of us to actually flourish. So I know when you step into that corporate space, you will feel a bit intimidated, a lot intimidated actually, by not just the knowledge, but by the presence of people or this perceived confidence that they carry in the office. But I also think it's important to actually ask yourself, what am I going to contribute in this space that is going to build my confidence? What do I have to bring to the table that I can present, right? And I think having presence, or actually expressing your thoughts or your views in a boardroom, also comes with a knowledge and understanding that you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're going to be presenting. And I think if you don't spend enough time with yourself, understanding your strengths and your weaknesses, it's going to be difficult to even try and establish this sisterhood, or it's going to be easier to actually look at the next person and think to yourself like, why are they not helping me, or why are they not encouraging me? Sometimes you literally need to sit with yourself and also ask yourself, why am I feeling threatened? Why am I feeling intimidated? Is it my clothes? Is it my hair? Is it the way I speak? Is it my accent? Like, what is it, right? And you have to like sort through that fluff, because whatever you are having conflict with within yourself, it actually does show in person. We actually do feel the conflict that you have or the questioning that you have, because people will look at you like, my guy, what are you saying? Like, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're talking about? But if you don't discover your voice, if you don't know how to project your thoughts, or have to say, actually, I don't understand, can you at least explain this better? Or if you don't know how to step up to seniors or leadership or people that you really admire and say, hey, I think you're doing really great in the office. Do you mind showing me this? Or do you have 5 minutes to grab a cup of coffee so that we can discuss this, because I like how you're doing this? If you don't know to do that, then it's going to be very difficult for you to actually have a great experience, or to feel like you are worthy to be within this corporate space. Now, I know the environment in itself has its own politics. There are things that happen that we see or we witness every day, or that we feel that everybody is trying to like say it's unconscious bias, but conscious bias. Man, there's like a lot of themes happening, right? But the change that happens around you starts with you. You need to start asking yourself, who do I want to be in this space? Who do I look up to? What do I want to learn? If you start changing, the environment around you also starts changing. The people around you also know how to treat you. If you don't know how to treat yourself, if you are going to walk into corporate and you're going to be like, yes, you know, hey, they're going to have you. Like, they're not going to have any patience for you, because I mean, in that space, it's very competitive. You have a lot of technical people there. You have people that have like accolades, you know, and those accolades give them the sense of confidence, right? I don't necessarily have to have the 5 degrees and the accolades and the magna cum laude to actually show Lesotho as a person. It's because I affirm myself of my voice. I actually work on my own strengths and understand that, you know what, I might not be the smartest in the room. I might not be the prettiest. I might not be the most technical person. But one thing about me is that you're going to know that I'm funny. You're going to know that I love God. You're going to know that I love to teach. I love to help and encourage. That is the person that I want people to receive when I'm in their space, right? And that's a decision that I made by myself. So you also need to start asking yourself the question that, if I really want to establish this sisterhood in corporate, if I really want to see representation and bring a different feel to this corporate space, because vanilla, guys, vanilla metaphorically and vanilla physically, you know what I mean? So there isn't a lot of my personality there. There isn't going to be a lot of your personality there. But the only way that that personality can flourish is if you establish it, if you become that which you wish to see in that space, right? I know that I'll probably be in spaces that don't necessarily understand me, or that don't necessarily have a lot of me. But what I can do is I can bring my full self to the room and hope and pray that somebody else will be encouraged to be their authentic self, and they'd be encouraged to do the things that they want to do, or they would be encouraged to even ask a question, or walk up to a leader, or walk up to a senior, whatever the case may be, right? I know and understand that based on my own experience, I really wanted to have somebody that I could walk up to and talk to and say, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see a familiar face, or oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear a language that resonates with me, or to see a face that kind of looks like me or have my features. But I couldn't even have those conversations because those girls were like, whomst are you? Like, why are you here? Like, why are you wearing makeup to work when we are so tired? Like, it was so confusing, and it still remains confusing for me. But now that I understand my platform and I understand my influence, I know that I can be the change that I want to see, and I know that I can let you understand that you have the backing, you have your own backing, right? It starts with you, right? If you are going to be somebody that is very reserved, now is the time to like grow and be uncomfortable and sit in the discomfort of speaking up when you don't want to speak up, raising your hand when you really don't want to raise your hand, walking up to that partner, man, and asking them, like, what do you do when you step into the office? Or how did you get here? It's the small conversations, not even the most intricate questions that are going to like uncover a lot of things that you probably have questions about. Create the space that you want to see, right? And also, from me to you, guys, life is a movie, man. You must decide what genre you want it to be at the end of the day. And for me, I like some days to be comedies, some days are horrors, other days, for the past couple of weeks, they've been thrillers combined with K-drama. I don't even understand, but there's different seasons in corporate where it's time to grind and learn, but it's also time to produce and to also give back and to also apply what you know. And I'm in that season where I'm applying what I know. And applying what I know also means telling you that these are the challenges that you're going to be facing, where there's not going to be a lot of like-minded people there. There's going to be a lot of times where you have to step out of yourself and have uncomfortable conversations, or actually like have an awareness of the color of your skin, right? This melanin skin stands out in corporate. You don't even have to speak. By virtue of you being there, man, you are shaking ground, because it's like, what are you doing here? But that's where the change starts, right? You have to step into that room and understand and know what you bring to the table and who you want to be. But I hope you are able to use your voice and use it in a way that's going to build, that is going to help you in your growth, that is going to give you a sense of hope and purpose and longevity, not a situation where you're like, corporate is not for me, like it's built for other people, man. Guys, imagine when Mandela said to us, no guys, it is what it is, like let's leave the world the way it is, right? And not to be political, but sometimes you just have to be brave enough to understand that the norm doesn't always have to be the norm. It changes each and every day, but you have every right to also grow from this experience, to also ask questions, to also step outside of yourself, to also shoot for the stars and really have ambitions of being an amazing leader, or even just being happy as an employee. Guys, there's nothing wrong with not wanting positioning or authority. Just being happy is an achievement. Like for me, I'm in a season where I'm choosing happiness. I just want to be happy. I just want to be with my child, with my husband. I just want to have meaningful relationships. I really just want to relax and be calm, but in such a way that it's not making me feel too much like I'm under pressure, because work is enough. The environment of corporate is enough to create that pressure. So outside that environment, in here, in Lesego's heart, I just want to be at peace and I just want to be happy. And I hope as you watch this video, when you step into corporate, you can have the difficult conversations and ask yourself, what is it that I want to get from this place and what do I have to bring to the table? But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.